Welcome back to another season of Birds of a Feather, folks. It's your girl AJ, the Suburban Princess, here out here on my porch because it's gonna be spring soon. We got a little preview. Uh, and Eddie there, as you can see, is showing where the scene of the crime of free agency has impacted us all this week. How you doing,
Yeah,
Eddie?
no, good, good. Unfortunately, I'm not standing in front of it, but
I know, but you could have sold it.
yeah,
You could have just went with it. Just been like, I'm
yeah,
here to live reporting from.
yeah.
Anyway, how you feeling?
I'm good. I'm good. I pleasantly surprised this week with everything. So
Yeah. So give me your thoughts. What was obviously the big splash with Saquon? Because
I
I
mean,
didn't
the
see
big
that.
finish from Saquon. Yeah, I didn't. I mean, I
I
heard the
didn't know
rumors,
that at
but
all.
I didn't think it was gonna happen. I could have swore that was a bunch of just talk.
Yeah.
And
Wishful thinking, fans on Twitter just blowing that idea up, trying to make it real, manifesting it.
just like the talk of Derrick Henry too. Like I thought,
Right.
okay, this is all a bunch of just filler. People just want to think this is gonna happen, but hey, one thing I do love that the Giants fans are so mad. They're so mad.
And with every reason, because let's just be honest. Uh-oh. I have technical difficulties coming in on my phone. Sorry. Do you have something? Do you hear something else right now?
No, no,
Okay.
yeah, but yeah, I think
Go ahead.
everybody's worried about. Oh, he's hurt all the time, but you know what? He has a better offensive line
Honestly,
and
at this point,
overall better team around him, opposed to. I mean, what one winning season with the Giants?
yeah. And even if that,
So
it's almost like he felt like he wasted his career there to me.
and
I
he
didn't
gets
really
to
see
do it.
anything
He
him
gets to
leaving
come
behind
home.
any legacy of any kind, like
Yeah,
Tiki was
yeah,
talking about.
yeah. Tiki's talking out of his ass. So I mean,
He
that's what.
is. He is.
But
He is.
he's
Have you
hey,
seen
he's
the clip of
happy.
Ryan Clark telling him about how he really is when he was on the Giants and how he said he's never
No,
going
I didn't see
to
that.
embrace her?
No.
Yeah, I'll send you that clip because Ryan made a
Yeah,
good
send
point.
that to
Like
me.
he's
Yeah.
just not liked. He's just not
I
liked.
I do like the positive things I've been hearing about Saquon from his coach that from high school, like, and how they're saying how 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 good of a guy he was, and how he was he was never like they said he like
Selfish.
did you hear the story about him running track where
I think you sent me something, and yeah, I know it was about him giving the girl the medal after he
yeah,
realized that
because
he didn't really care about it that much.
she got DQ'd, so he and she was on the side crying, so he gave her his medal.
No, I
And
mean
that's
that. Yeah, that's a big deal.
yeah,
Well, it's character, should I say? Because I mean that was when he was younger, but it does say something about his character. So I'm
oh
glad he's
yeah.
lived up to that, even being on a
He
team
said,
that took him nowhere.
yeah, he said that boy raised right. I said,
Right.
like,
So
yeah,
overall, when you heard, where were you? What were you doing? I assume
I was at
working.
work.
You were both
I was
working.
at work. Yeah, I was at work, and it was like Saquon to the Eagle. I'm like, what? I was like, wait a minute. So
I didn't
I
see
mean,
that
I was
coming, and,
happy.
and I think the thing that hit me harder was obviously I'm still like on DeAndre Swift. I'm like once again my brain can't shift that quickly. It took me about 2 days to finally realize like, all right, DeAndre wanted his money. He's entitled to his money. This is like his last
Yeah,
stop. He did pretty well for us. I mean, he went over 1,000 yards. I thought that was going to be suffice for him to stay, but
yeah. Hey,
it
look,
is what it is.
he wanted to get paid. He got paid. So I mean, I'm not mad at him.
And look, and
I'm
that's
not
exactly what I
mad at
was going
him.
to say. I can't be mad at somebody who wants money. Um,
I mean, because they have a short shelf life, so they can make their money. I mean, and this is probably the best contract that Saquon has ever had, and that's probably going to be the last big one he gets. Yeah.
right, I know. That's why I said it
So,
was crucial. And I think everybody pretty much said by the end of the season they assumed he wasn't going to come back because he was going to want to get paid. So
yeah,
you just never know what actually officially happens. All right, so moving on. So what did you think about Bryce Huff as far as the D help?
I think I actually I like the move because
Yeah,
what if we move on from either we may move on
yeah.
from Sweat. If we trade Sweat away, which we're not going to get much for him. The sad thing is we won't get that much for him. He's
No,
the
you're not.
last year of his contract. I mean, I want them to keep Reddick though, even though we would probably get more for Reddick if we traded him. But I'd rather keep Reddick and trade Sweat if that's going to happen. So
Yeah, and we still don't know what's going on there. I mean, there's a lot of stuff popping literally every day. We know that the real reason why everything's been happening faster than normal is because of the rise in the salary cap. So there's a lot of guys who probably got more. I mean, that was the big thing for me. Like I know the math when they broke down Saquon's contract, that shocked me just by the money because in my head I'm like, well, he's a running back. They don't pay running back. So, and then they broke it down and said, well, he's really technically only got a 2-year contract, and but I don't care. I just when they throw that little, multi-year, whatever million, I just
yeah,
sit myself like, and we couldn't give DeAndre that. But here's the thing:
yeah,
what is the thing that he's known for besides just running? Is that he can block, and so
yeah.
that's been the issue with
Saquon can
all the
block.
running
Yeah,
backs since Westbrook is that they don't block.
yeah,
So and
and
he's a
that's
big man.
why. Yeah, a lot of people brought up that that whole thing with like between him and Gainwell. Like that's the reason why Gainwell was in the game more because he's a better block. He was a better run blocker than
Gotcha.
Swift was, and
That does make sense because that's why certain things where he
I mean
dumps.
pass blocker. I'm sorry, I would say run blocker,
Yeah,
pass blocker.
I think that he's also obviously Gainwell impressed more on the field as far as catching on the run more than he did
Hmm.
before. So I think that was a good look for him because we clearly, I think as the fans, and I think even you and I agreed, we didn't believe that he was the number one running back either way.
Yeah,
But he did what he could for the successful season that they started with
yeah,
until. So I don't see there any reason for him to be part of a trade deal or if that happens. But we don't know.
yeah.
There's still stuff popping, so we don't know. But um, and then they got
I think
the
I think I think
linebacker
we
from
can.
the
I think
Saints.
we keep Gainwell. I think we keep Gainwell
Yeah, I don't see
as
it.
a
I'm just
backup.
saying, just
Yeah,
in case like they get desperate and decide to, you know what I mean? Like, because we don't know what's going to happen.
yeah, that's
So,
true.
I'm just saying, if he got thrown in, I'm like, he wouldn't be the first person I would want to throw in
Yeah,
a deal because I think he's kind of done what he could do. He's a sufficient running back play, is what I'm trying to say.
yeah,
Um, and they had a lot of issues on the O line just because of fatigue and also because there were a lot of substitutions middle of the season. And then they just had a lot of stupid plays that just went into the bloopers reel for a minute, like the one running with Boston Scott and OZ,
hmm,
and then uh
yeah,
AJ and Deshaun and DeAndre messed up a pass, and he intercepted that and caused a fumble. So there were a lot of uncharacteristically uh uneagle like plays and blunders that happened this season. So it was just showing you how quickly they got out of sync this year. But
yeah.
so as I was saying before, they also grabbed a linebacker, but I don't know, like you said, he must be likely be special teams, but this
Yeah,
Matt
he's a special team, whereas he's a depth signing. I mean, Zach Braun is not.
Zach Braun.
He's not going to blow doors off of anybody as far as being
Okay.
like. But
So
he, I
no
mean,
one should be shaking
I
in their
think they,
boots.
nah, I think they got him for depth and for what's the name? So
I'm trying to
special
figure
team.
out what's going to happen to Sean Bradley. Like, are they going to keep him because he's been injured all these past year and a half?
I don't know. I mean, they may keep that kid. They got from they signed him back in February. Julian Owaye or what his name is. The guy he came from Detroit. He's a linebacker for Detroit Lions, and they signed him back in February.
I'm blanking. I'll probably look it up.
Yeah, you look him up, you'll see. Yeah, he's Nigerian. He's a
Okay.
linebacker. Yeah.
Okay.
He I mean he's probably for depth as well. So I mean they're gonna need it. So if Sean Bradley's always hurt, I mean they're probably gonna move on from Sean
I
Bradley.
was going to say, do you think he most likely will be released
Yeah, I mean
at this
that's a
point?
good choice that's gonna happen.
Yeah, because I don't see unless like because honestly he wasn't really obviously big enough to be a middle linebacker. So unless he wants to
Yeah.
stay on teams, which I would think in this time of his career he would want to progress to be
Yeah. And
grow to
who
be
knows?
a
I
major
mean
player.
I'm hoping there's still time and there's still a couple good linebackers out there. I'm hoping we get I want
Yeah,
a veteran. I want a veteran. Like you can draft one, fine, but I want a veteran linebacker in the mix. Like
me
I
too.
want even if honestly, I wouldn't even care if it's Bobby Wagner for 1 year. Uh, he can
Went
teach
to
you guys.
Washington.
Yeah, he went to Washington. They
Went to
finally signed him. Okay,
Washington. They just
I didn't check
traded
all this.
Sam.
I didn't check the signings today, so I didn't
Yeah,
get a chance to.
Sam. They traded this quarterback from the Commanders to Seahawks.
Yeah, I did see that
I
pop up
sent
on
that
there.
to you because I was like, huh? I thought Sam did
Yeah,
pretty good for them. I was shocked. I
you
mean,
know
not that we should
what?
care, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, yeah, but Washington don't know what to do. They never know what to do with quarterbacks. They should have kept Kirk Cousins all those years. Well, who knows?
I
That's
actually agree. I really think he was
yeah,
for them. But Kirko is now an Atlanta Falcon with his ice and his two kids. So that picture was disturbed. I said, "Are we at Get Out? Like, what is going on?" It's just disturbing to see someone like him who clearly doesn't understand that culture, even though it was a little funny at first, on the plane, whatever. But
yeah.
now it's like, okay. And 9 times out of 10, they said Quavo said that he would give him a chain. I'm like, okay, we need to stop because Atlanta
Yeah,
hasn't done anything, and I don't think between him or and Matt Ryan is this going to really do anything big. Although I don't know because
Kirk,
Raheem now is the coach there, so maybe they'll learn to use Bijan
Kirk
better.
Cousins is weird. It's
He is
strange.
weird because he throws
He
very accurately, but
well, the fact he knows how to he can win. He knows how to win your games. He
no,
just
he
can't
is
win
he
playoff
is a
games,
winner. He just hasn't been had a team to prove it.
and he just can't win playoff games. I mean, that's just who he is. I mean, and that's what he's showing us that he's been all this time. Like he can win you regular season games, but
Yeah, but what does that do for you? And that's
yeah,
the
who
thing.
knows?
Like
Yeah,
there were times that during the playoffs, even I was rooting for him before he had that Achilles. Because when Kurt start getting in that zone, when they do find a way, he does make it exciting for his team. But the problem is, you just never expect him to get but so far anyway. And at that point, our team was out, so it's like you just wanted to be entertained at that point in the playoffs.
yeah,
But you're right. I mean, he might make it exciting. I mean, he goes to another dome team, so it may be good for him. Um, I
yeah.
know one thing if they start showing him because I know one thing I've been watching some of Bomani Jones's podcast and he had Elle Duncan on a week or two ago when they announced that Kirk went to Atlanta and she was talking about she's like I don't want to see him going to being introduced to any of the strips clubs or any of the spots in Atlanta trying to assimilate
Yeah,
him into the culture like that's going to work because he is the most waspy quarterback in all of the NFL. Like if anything, he's gonna be just looking for churches. Like he's just gonna want to know where's the believer's house. Like that's all I care about is putting my
he's
kids in
a,
a good
he's
school and a good church.
I mean,
They
he's like
probably
Kurt
won't,
Warner
but
back in
whatever.
the day.
Um, but yeah, what was your thoughts on that move? First of all,
That move, I mean, I think they kind of were paid for him, but
they did,
I
but
think it's
but again,
crazy.
what kind of agent does he have? Because even Cam Newton just said this on online about how he's like, I want to know his damn agent because
I'm
he's
not
like,
right.
this
You got
dude
to
just came
understand,
from an
like,
injury.
and these deals that they're getting, they're not team friendly at all. I mean,
It can't
they're
be. He's swallowing up most of the pot
and
every
that's
time.
why, and that's one of the reasons why, like, what Giants did with their damn Jones is like, okay, that's one of the reasons why they couldn't sign anybody.
Yeah,
At least yeah, we gave Hurts a big payday, but it scales up. The cap hit scales up as it goes.
right.
So it's not like, there's still money available for other things. Like
Yeah,
it's not like ooh, 30 million cap hit right now.
right, right.
And
And that's the thing.
every
That's what people
year.
don't realize. Like you have to consider the fact that Kirk Cousins is someone who gets overpaid everywhere he goes, but he's a quarterback. You know what I mean? So he kind of lucks out with
And they're
being
gonna
in
and
that
they're gonna get
position
overpaid.
where
They're gonna
he doesn't have to be good or bad or not injured. He's always gonna get the bag.
Yeah, they're gonna get overpaid. Like I mean, hey, look who made a living off that. Sam Bradford made a living off that. I mean,
Him and Sam Bradford got a lot in common. I think everybody's given him a new nickname. Like if you want to talk about somebody who is walking around who will be paid for life
come on,
for
and
just playing
fleecing the
half a
city that he
season.
goes to.
I
Literally, just
mean,
fleecing the city he goes to.
Gleason, the waspiest thief in the NFL was Sam Bradford. He'll be like, I'll
Him,
show
him
you
and
how to do it.
him and his long sleeves and his
Yes,
jersey.
I remember that irked a lot of people. They'd be like, yo, dude, your sleeves. You don't like the way it feels.
Yeah, right.
All right, so going back to the birds, what was your thoughts on CJGJ finally coming back? I was very happy about that,
Love
but
it.
shocked at the
I
same
love
time.
it. I love it. The man's a dog. I love
He is
it.
a dog. He may have been a little bit of a punk, but what do you expect when you go to another team after we should have
Well,
kept you?
well, you know what? I'm not mad at him. Hey, look, he came back and apologized, even though he didn't have to. I don't.
He really didn't.
I don't think he needed to apologize.
No, he
But no,
didn't, because we know
that
what
was
we
good.
know our fans are a-holes.
But that's a good call on him to just come out and do it without even nobody even making him do it. He just did it on his own.
Yeah.
But at the same time, he should not have to apologize for the fact that look, he was mad. He has shitty agents. Like the fact that they let him apparently all the talks broke down because of his agents, like between the
And that's
Eagles.
what that was the joke was, because we were thinking to ourselves we had it in the bag he was coming back. So we didn't
Yeah,
understand what the drama
he did
was.
not want to go anywhere.
Right. Nobody was trying to see him go after what he did. You have 6 interceptions and then he had a bad
Yeah,
hand and still played like a crazy person. Come on.
yeah. Of
We
course he was
appreciate
like,
effort.
yeah, and of course he was hot because look, he was in a Super Bowl contending team, and all of a sudden, one reason he get there, and then he doesn't get a deal. I would
Right.
have fired my agents after that. I mean, to be honest with you.
That was most of the talk. Like once he ended up with a I had to stop following because he kept updating all the time and I was getting mixed messages from his post. So I was like, I have to stop following CJ because he's
Yeah.
creating chaos and I don't know why. I know he's kind of young, so he's gonna talk his mess. He's only 26. So any behavior that he admits, at least that hi birdie. See this thing being on the porch. These birds just fly low. So I'm
I
just
can hear them. I heard them like let's
completely
see you
flying
duck
low and them
down.
bitches took out my my PC, my work PC one time, and I had a big old spider that developed, on my screen one day because it decided
Oh.
to fly low. So every time I get, that's why. No, but CJ to me earned that contract, but
Oh yeah.
because it took a while, and even people were having weird tweets that throughout the day because they thought because they didn't show that he agreed to signing the terms, people thought that something went wrong, and they were like, "He's not going to be in town to the end of the week. Calm the fuck down."
Yeah, I mean these. Yeah, I mean because that was just a tampering period. I mean you're not allowed to actually sign it until today, right? It
Right,
had to be
because
today,
officially
right?
the New
Yeah,
Year started yesterday, so yes.
yeah. You had to wait for the
But
new year to start. Yeah,
so apparently, I was listening to a lot of the best show ever until later in the later hour. Apparently, James Franklin is the one who put it out about Saquon, and supposedly that's something being investigated now. And
yeah.
um,
Apparently, Falcons are being investigated too. Like,
yeah, I'm like, what? Okay, don't call it legal tampering then. What kind of technicality are these people trying
yeah,
to put on the
but you know
Eagles
what?
again?
It's not like they can't stop them going through. They'll just have to pay a fine. That's it.
And
If that
honestly, when I saw that he was part of this whole, rumor to he have said something, of Saquon tried to clear it up today at the press conference, but I said if James Franklin is liable, he should be the one to fucking pay it.
yeah, exactly.
How we send that invoice right over to Happy Valley and say, take care of it,
Yeah,
because
Penn
nobody
State
here
can cover.
said shit until we
Penn
could.
State can cover that. Penn State can cover that. I mean, it's not.
Yeah, he can handle it. Shoot, they just paid him, right? They just upped him in Penn State, so he got the money.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I
So I
mean,
advocate for James Franklin to pay for that bill if they get it.
I am happy for Saquon for the one simple fact that he said he was talking about he used to go to Lehigh and watch the Eagles practice as a kid. That's kind
This
of
is what
cool
we
for him.
appreciate.
That's
This
cool
is
for
what we
him, man.
appreciate. You
Yeah,
acknowledge the fact that you're from this area and you went to school here. Don't try to get all new because you know.
yeah.
What was your thoughts on Devontae Parker? I was kind of shocked, even though that's
Eh,
a good
I
third
mean,
stringer.
it's okay. He's third stringer.
It
If he
might get
even
rid of
makes
it might get rid of Quez.
oh, Quez is done. He doesn't have a contract. I thought his
Oh,
contract was
okay.
over. I
All
thought his
right.
contract was over. Or if not, they
I hope
better
it
cut
is.
his ass because I'm tired of look. I'm tired of him.
We gave him enough chances. I think he's turning into that last part of Nelson Aguilar's career where he just needs to go somewhere and just get a new
Speaking of
perspective.
Aguilar, I think is he doing it? Did he get signed, picked up for anybody? No, that was Rager. Rager got picked up again by the Patriots, I
He
think.
did?
Yeah,
I thought
I think
Rager
so.
was done.
I think he did. One of our old players did. Either Aguilar or Rager got signed somewhere.
I
I
feel
don't even
like it would
care.
be Aguilar because people were
Yeah,
joking that Rager was out the league already.
I don't care, but really,
I don't
but
care either, but I know last time I saw Nelly, he was either a Patriot or a Raider. I don't know what he is now, but I
yeah,
wouldn't
I'm
be
okay.
shocked if he got to another team.
Yeah, I'm okay with they if they bringing in Parker, even though Parker's kind of let's say he's kind of washed a little bit because he is, but I'd take him over Aguilar,
I mean,
even
it's a
though
one-year
Aguilar is
deal
faster.
for less than 5 million.
it's a low risk, low
Yeah,
reward.
low risk. Yeah, maybe high reward. You just never
Yeah,
know because I know that the issue was about who was going to be slot once they get that reliable third wide receiver. So maybe he's good
I
at.
mean, there's other people still available. They can still pick up another one. I mean, I'd keep Zacchaeus if he wanted
I
to
would
stay. I
keep
mean,
OZ too. I mean, you saw some of them crazy catches he made this year, especially that one in the Kelly Green game,
he'll
which
catch
made
this
no sense
and keep
because that was
Amadeus.
a Hail
Yeah,
Mary.
yeah, I'd keep him. I'd keep him, and because we're not gonna keep Julio. I mean, unless you want to keep a veteran,
Obviously
but
not. Yeah.
we're not gonna keep Julio. Somebody said they just did OBJ,
Yeah,
but
OBJ got released today. I saw that. But do you trust him? And does Howie trust him enough to give him a year? Because
I
he had
mean,
to heal pretty much through the Ravens tenure before he even got a chance to see the field.
yeah, so that's the problem. Like
I wouldn't trust him.
if he was completely healthy, I would say, oh yeah, pull the trigger on a veteran minimum. You get him on a veteran minimum, take him. You
Well,
know,
yeah, and
but
also too, but you have to realize, and here's the thing that kills me with people who do sign people like that. You know that they're going to need all year to get
to
that
get ready.
spring in their step. So they were taking a gamble with him, wait until they had to wait for him because even when he did play a couple times, he quickly had to be out of the game a couple times. Then he was
Mm,
MIA for like 3 games, and then he came back. So I would think at this point in his life, he would at least be 60% healed or 70% healed that he could actually practice for a team for one more shot. Because if not, I think he should just retire. Because I feel like the best thing about him is his speed. And if he feels like he's not even 80% at this point,
yeah,
you know,
there's other guys out there we
not
can
even a
get,
thought.
or we can even draft a fourth receiver too, like
I
late in
agree.
the.
And at this point, they keep promoting the AFL. He better just go to some other league because they got other leagues about to pop off. He might as well just go see what he can do. He can
Yeah,
get
and
his
then
little
they
recognition there.
yeah, because the
But what?
draft. I mean, what is it?
Yeah,
We have
we'll
one first
see. I mean,
rounder.
somebody will be dumb enough to pick him up for a year because
Yeah,
there's always one.
we got two
Grant,
second
what are you
round
using?
picks this year too. So I mean,
Huh?
we got two second round picks this year too. So
Yeah,
we can find a contributor in the second round. As long as you
yeah.
don't dump them off to move up, you know.
Here's the rumor is that the last thing I saw before we recorded was that they're looking at Ezra James' son to draft
Oh, really?
backer.
Who's
So
that? Who's that kid? Kool-Aid?
yeah, Kool Aid
That
McKinstry.
cornerback? Kool-Aid
Just tell
McKinstry?
you
Yeah.
that better be a nickname because if you name your child Kool Aid,
His parents need to be smacked in the face. I'm
his
sorry, but
parents need to be snagged. But then we could go down the history of names of some of these draft boys that you're just like, y'all definitely didn't have no sense when you named that child.
like that better be his nickname. Yeah.
Because isn't there a player that's still playing named DeBrickshaw, or is he's out of
Yeah,
the
but
league?
it used to be the Rickershaw Ferguson.
Yeah, DeBrickshaw
Yeah.
Ferguson. Yeah, but there are other names that are. I mean, I wouldn't even make fun of the one of the not the twins, but the brothers, the one from Detroit and the other one, because
Ignatius
those are
St. Brown,
Egyptian names.
in Ignatius, you
Yeah,
talking about?
Equinemius,
Yeah, and and Amon Ra.
Amun Ra. But you know what? Because there's a historical meaning to those names, that's
See,
different
that's
than
different
just
though. Yeah, you
if
didn't
you
name
give
your
somebody
son.
named Alizé or Kool Aid, like don't
You
do
didn't
that.
name your son off something that breaks through the Kool Aid man, something that breaks through the fucking wall, like whatever.
Right. Or if you name them after something you drank that consumed the baby, we don't need to
Yeah.
know that. Just give him a name. Just give him Robert, Chris,
Yeah.
something. Shit.
I, I,
Don't name him after the alcohol that got you made the baby with.
yeah,
There was
right.
something in that Kool-Aid. Let's just to keep it funky. That wasn't just
I,
Kool-Aid.
I am just happy that my mom did not
Yeah.
do that stuff. My mom was like, "Your name, like, name me after my grandfather, man. Yeah, grandfather. Here, Edward. There you go.
Yeah.
Like a normal name. Like none of that.
Yeah.
Like a
We
strong
all know
normal name.
people whose grandfathers had some special names. Even though it's a family name, you just want to be like, ooh, you deserve a
Mm,
nickname. That's just sad. Because I mean, let's be real. A lot of people that's usually the point. If you especially if you have a son, you want to give the son name of a family lineage and all that stuff. But some of them names, like poor Genuine, Elgin, Lumpkin. Anyway,
Elgin.
we're gonna get back on subject. We also locked up Landon Dickerson.
Yeah. Yes.
So
And
that's
that was
always
that.
good. Him and his platypus feet.
And
He'd be
oh,
waddling like
we
he's a
didn't talk
big
about
duck, but
Hennessy though.
he walks
I
like a
like
big
Matt.
duck, but he's a
I like
reliable
Matt.
guy.
I like signing him at Hennessy too. I mean, that's a 1 year
Oh, that's
deal.
Hennessy. Yes, that's the other
And
player.
get
Yes,
get
you got him
get
from the
gives the line
Falcons.
some depth. Somebody said, "Oh, that jersey's gonna be fire." I was like, "Yo,
The first, as soon as I saw it on Twitter, I just reposted it with a GIF of Hennessy because that's the first thing I'm going to think of is Liquor.
yeah,
He's get the brown liquor kid.
yeah, yeah." And
But
they signed up. We got BG back for another year,
we
which
got
I
BG
like.
back for a year because Lord knows 15,
Yeah,
15 is the dream. So
have you ever seen
he's
a picture of Brandon Mann? Brandon Mann does not look like a football player.
no, and I'm shocked we actually got a
Braden.
punter
I'm
locked
sorry.
up.
I'm sorry, Braden, man. Yeah, but
Braden, man, I knew what you meant,
hopefully he's
but I
better.
saw
Hopefully
that we got all our special utility guys locked up.
he's better next year.
It wasn't that bad, honestly, because I don't think
No, he
anybody was
was.
really
He
complaining
got
about
better.
field kicking.
Well, the other guy was worse. Oh God.
Yeah, well, yeah, we finally stopped kidding ourselves with the other punter, but
And
that's why I
oh
said
yeah.
I knew when they locked them up. I said, okay, now they feel comfortable. I mean, obviously we weren't going to doubt Jake, but at this point, it's just good to know that area was an area of need because they were
Oh
complaining
they.
about everybody was complaining
Oh,
about
did you
field
see?
goals,
They did
all that
resign
stuff.
Boston Scott for another 2 years.
What happened?
They did extend Boston Scott. I thought he was gone.
Oh, they did. I thought he was gone
Yeah.
too. Oh, is that recent?
Yeah,
Is
I'm
that
looking at.
breaking news, Eddie?
I'm on their website and I can see his name.
Breaking news. Dun 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 dun, like they do
And
on
they who's
around the
Albert?
NFL.
Oh, I can't. I'm not saying his last name. Sorry. The
Who?
tight end Albert
Oh,
Ukanuba.
I gave up. I just say Alberto, just like we say
Alberto.
OZ. Just say
Yeah.
Alberto.
It's a
Yeah, they
AO.
re-upped Alberto. That was earlier, obviously. That was before
Yeah.
even free agency and tampering. But the fact that they even felt. Did you see Alshon talking about the team on John Clark's podcast? Alshon got the twist. I didn't even
Uh,
know who he was. I thought he was from like I don't know why I thought it was somebody from Amigos at first. When I looked at him, I said, "Look at Alshon looking like a rapper."
yeah. Did you see? What's the name was like? You see Kelsey? He was like, man.
Yeah,
He was
I know.
like,
Kelsey was
he's
like,
like,
"They're gonna do this
Chris
after
would
I
do that after I
retire."
retire. I was like, yo.
I know. And of course, all the comments went, "You can always change your mind. Let it go." It took him a lot to get to that part. Please stop.
Oh, we didn't
You know,
sign
he's going
Jack
to be feeling
Stock.
the same way when if they have a decent season this year. So he's going to constantly have that pull, but it's not going to make him enough to want to go through training camp. So
Oh, we
trust me,
didn't
he's
sign
done.
Saul Petta back for another year. I'm surprised. He did
What's
okay.
that?
Saul Petta. We didn't sign him back. We didn't sign him back yet.
He was
I
pretty
mean, darn.
reliable. Maybe he
Yeah.
knows that he can find some other team. He was
And
really reliable for us last year as a backup.
of
So he
course, we
could be
didn't
looking
sign
for
back
some training.
Bradley Ruby. And Jack Stoll didn't get signed back either.
No, I think maybe that's why they re-upped Alberto because I don't think. Although I
They,
thought, look, oh, this is almost over. I think honestly that considering when there was no Dallas for a while, I think Albert. I mean, what do you call it? Jack Stoll and Calcaterra did what they could, but
yeah.
at the same time, we know that if Dallas went down again, that they're pretty much fucked. So they
Yeah.
don't have
Well,
enough tight end
they
confidence
gotta
yet.
let Calcaterra play because we don't never know what he's gonna do. They never let him play.
Right. And
So
you see when he came through, it was at the most freakish time during the game. And you were like, where the hell he come from?
yeah.
They hadn't really been doing anything noticeable up until
I'm
Dallas went
okay.
down.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. Just going with Goddard, uh,
Alberto,
Alberto, and
with the other guy.
Calcaterra. Yeah,
They have two other guys that we don't that they did sign last year that are kind of like backups,
probably
but they didn't really have to use them. I
practice
forget
squad
their
guys.
name. I know there's the if they kept the Ngata guy, Ngata. I know he was a backup tight end at one point. I don't know if he's still on the roster. But anyway, before this cuts off, the bottom line is we know that there's probably more developing, but for a first free agency week, it has been
Mhm.
chef's kiss.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy.
I'm happy too.
Uh,
Do
yeah,
we think that
yeah,
Smitty is going to be re-upped? Do you think they're going to wait on Smitty?
they may wait a little bit, see how much, see if they, because I don't. They're going to pull the trigger and try and get Justin Jefferson. I mean, Justin Jefferson, Justin Simmons.
Oh,
And
no, I think they said that they were out of the running. The last thing I
they're
saw.
out of the runnings. Okay, because I
Yeah,
know it was like they were kind of showing interest in them.
yeah, they were, but I think that they officially
But I
it's
think
been rumored that they're out of the running.
because
So
we got
they
to hope
must have
Sydney,
not hit a
because I don't
number.
think Sydney's going to be ready. Sydney Brown's
Well,
not going to be
Sydney's
ready.
not going to play till like October, November.
Yeah, I mean, he blew his knee out in like the
Yeah, I mean,
last game.
now mind you, they did show him in the gym smiling and stuff and greeting people, and he's walking. So You may
Yeah,
be a
but
fast healer.
yeah, but
I
playing,
know.
being
I'm
able
just
to
saying.
play is different.
I'm
Yeah.
trying to be
So
optimistic because I'm thinking like at least he's not like still walking around with crutches. But
yeah, I mean
um,
that's good though. I mean, but
yeah,
who's it?
no, but he's yeah, pretty much don't count him until like mid-season. But you're right. We need
Yeah,
somebody with pop like him because that was one thing that stood out about Sydney was that he definitely developed quite a pop. Um,
I like Blankenship, but he just can't cover.
no,
He can stop the
and Sydney
run,
had
but
a
he just
problem
can't
with
cover.
covering too. But Sydney could just smack the crap out of you if he gets you right.
Yeah.
But
Blankenship had a lot of tackles last year.
yeah,
I'm
I
okay.
mean
I'm okay with
honestly,
him.
they were all thrown off, and we still don't. I mean, even though they released Avonte Maddox, I kind of won't be shocked if they bring him back just for another year.
I'd bring him back for a slot receiving spot.
I see no issue with bringing him back for one more year.
He's one of the best there is.
Yeah,
In that position, so
and
I'd bring
Avonte
him back
could tackle.
easily.
Avonte wasn't afraid to tackle. That's why he got injured a lot because he
That's why
was
he got
tackling
hurt.
really hard.
That's why he
That's the
got hurt.
problem.
Yeah,
It wasn't he wasn't doing his job. He just did it so hard that.
I was like Blankenship. Didn't he mess his ribs up when he tackled somebody
What'd you say?
during the year? Didn't Blankenship mess his ribs up tackling somebody during the year? Did he get hurt too from
Wait, I'm
tackling?
sorry.
He got to get himself a concussion or something like from hitting
Yeah,
somebody.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Can
Yeah,
you still hear me?
yeah, I can hear you. Yeah,
Okay, I gave up on the earbuds. For some reason, I don't feel like it's working. But
I stopped
no,
even using them. So
yeah, it's no point. But yeah, no, I just hope that they bring him back because I don't see too many nickels being that easy for them to find. And like I said, I feel like he deserves another shake just because he just ran into bad luck. And there's some guys that I think are willing. I think that they should just take a gamble on because one, they're familiar, and he didn't really get a full season yet. And I think that he's capable as long as they keep the same guys in coverage. So
yeah,
a lot of his position kind of depends on the rest of them too, if you really think about it. Because he can't be everywhere. Even when someone went down the side he had to cover, and that's not his strong side. It's like, I mean, that's
Mhm.
anybody's only gripe with Avante, and I'm sure that's something that weighs him heavily. Obviously
Yeah,
this he found out he was released. He probably is like, I know I'm always injured, but I don't want to be that.
hmm yeah,
But he it's never like I felt like he couldn't do his job, you know.
yeah.
But anyway, before we cut off, Sixers suck. Um, but I'm probably gonna watch tonight. Embiid is rumored to supposed to be coming back in April, but do we really need him to come
I
back? I
mean,
really
if we're not gonna make if we're gonna struggle in the playoffs, I don't see a point. But
I don't either.
that's subject for
It's
another day.
another we'll do another thing when they look like they're getting a little better. Right now, yay to the Flyers being number 3 in the Metro Division. Let's pray that
Oh,
this is
nice, yes, which is good. And the
let's just
Phillies
pray that
look
this is 2020 all over again because they never finished what they started.
and the Phillies look serviceable. I mean, they
Yep.
look decent. I mean,
There
I
have been
like
no
when I'm
ties. The last 3 games have been wins.
yeah. I mean, I don't care if they win or not when during the Grapefruit League, but
I know you made it
they
known.
look
I'm
like
just
that.
saying.
I know I'm just saying, but they're gonna compete, like, and that's good. So that's what I
Yeah,
want.
I never doubted that. I never doubted that. My whole thing is I think you and me both have always just been worried about a steady pitching and relief. That's all they
Yeah.
need. Because the hitting was never an issue, just wasn't consistent. But I mean, that's baseball. Um,
No. Yeah,
you
guys
know,
go in the slumps all the time, but we'll talk baseball soon. We get
we'll
closer to
definitely talk come April because it's
15, was
coming,
it
baby.
14 days before the first game,
Yeah, someone
I
said it was
think.
2 weeks. So what is that after Easter? I assume,
Yeah.
which is the end
Yep.
of the month. All
Yeah,
right,
so
so
14,
yes.
14 days.
So
So
when we come back with Birds of a Feather, most likely we will be talking more whatever develops after this week, which could most likely happen. And then obviously some more Flyers news if they're getting closer and closer to the top 2 places in the Metro Division. Go Flyers! Anyway, all right, love y'all for listening. I know I'm getting darker. It's springtime and it's dark. Enjoy the rest of your night. Eddie B, AJ the Sperm Princess, Birds of a Feather, CoEd edition. We out. We'll talk.
yeah.
Bye.
Later.